If you want to know why women are tougher than men, and it's related to kidney stones and pregnancy, then you need to watch this video. Hello everyone, Dr. Jason West with the topic of kidney stones. And man, I have a lot to say about this topic. The first one is a shout out to all females, because I was told that having kidney stones is about the equivalent of having a baby. And I had less inclination that that was that difficult until I had kidney stones. And then I turned to my wife and said, you've got to be the strongest person on the face of the earth. Matter of fact, I can't even believe there are people walking around, if that's what type of pain that it goes through to bring a life into the world. I've had 2 sets of kidney stones. Both were my own fault. They were 20 years apart, and so I speak with authority about this. But there are 2 types of kidney stones. There are calcium kidney stones, and there are uric acid kidney stones. And some natural interventions for those that are really important is you have to know which type of stone that you have, and this is usually pretty easy to determine. And then if you acidify one and alkalinize the other, it really helps with treating kidney stones and getting rid of kidney stones. And more importantly, making sure that the kidney stones don't come back. So my first onset of kidney stones was when I was in graduate school. I was going to chiropractic school, and it was literally about 2 days after a final. One of my classmates was working on me, didn't know how to adjust very well. I thought he just adjusted me wrong. I was having pain in my back. And then it just really started intensifying. I thought, well, I got adjusted wrong. He hurt me. That, jerk. I can't believe he did that to me. I told my wife, hey, I just need a little bit of time. Why don't you, take the boys and go to the park? She literally pulls away in our car, and it was like I got hit by a sledgehammer. That pain went down into my groin. I thought for sure that I was dying. It was excruciating. Now, the reason why I got a kidney stone, it's my own fault, is I was playing basketball in February. I went to get a rebound. I landed on someone's foot. I broke my 5th metatarsal, the outside bone on my foot. Anyway, had a fracture there. They casted it in August, the exact same bone, same place, but on the other foot. Broke it in February. I was just running down the court, and I felt it pop, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm having osteoporosis. I better get on an intense calcium protocol. Now, this is where if a little is good, a lot is worse, because I started taking mega doses of calcium. It settled out into my kidney. I had a 5mm stone, which according to my urologist wasn't that big. It just felt like a boulder. I kept telling him, don't call it a stone. This is a boulder. He looked at me. I was in the emergency room. I didn't have any money, a pot to pee in, or a window to throw it out of. And he said, listen, here's my advice. Stop taking calcium. Go home, get on an empty stomach, take 2 Tylenol PM so that you'll sleep. Drink 2 liters of Coke as fast as you can. What it'll do is it'll make you urinate. The carbonic acid in the soda may help dissolve the stone, and you'll pee it out here, pee into a strainer. And I did that. Sure enough, 24 hours later, I caught a little stone in the strainer and said, I will never, ever do that again. That was awful. So fast forward 20 years to this year, and I was under a lot of stress working on some projects and trying to do a joint venture with another medical entity that was really exciting but causing enormous stress and pressure. I was out at a father-son's event. I got up in the morning. I went to the bathroom and, man, I just hurt. My friend was there, and he said, I think you're having a kidney stone. And I said, logically, you're probably right. I started driving home. It hit. I pulled over to the side of the road, called my wife and said, it was a great run, but I am dying. And my logic tells me it's a kidney stone. I don't remember it hurting this bad. Well, it was a different type of kidney stone. It's a uric acid kidney stone, which is the improper breakdown of protein. So you have a calcium, you have a uric acid. If you have a calcium kidney stone, you want to acidify. You can take a mineral called phosphorus, which helps to dissolve calcium buildup. You want to acidify and break the stone down. Now, if you have uric acid, the opposite is true. You want to alkalinize. You want to help to chew up the proteins in your body. And the treatment for uric acid is different from the treatment from calcium carbonate. Now, my problem was I violated my own rule. I didn't have enough water. I got stressed. I didn't manage the stress. And I violated the rules of nature, and then I got a symptom. So for me, it's tremendously motivating to naturally take care of kidney stone prevention by getting enough water, make sure I'm digesting things, make sure I'm not eating too much meat. I like meat. I'm a carnivore, but I need to balance to have more vegetables, and then making sure that my calcium metabolism isn't out of balance. Now, if you have a kidney stone, here's a couple considerations for you. The first one, and I learned this from my grandfather who taught my dad, who taught me, is if you'll take a softball or even a baseball and put it under the kidney and lay down on it, it seems to pressurize the smooth musculature in the ureter. It just helps to pass kidney stones. It takes the pressure off of the kidney. Now, I don't know exactly all the reasons why it works, but we've tried it in the office for at least 50 years with pretty good outcomes. That's what people can do at home. While they're in the office, there's a tremendous therapy that you can do called sign surge therapy. It's electrical stimulation therapy. You can put the pads between the kidney and the bladder, so right here on the back or on each side, or if it's a one-sided pain, and the sign surge ramps up an electrical current and then backs down and ramps up. It's almost like a massage for the smooth musculature of the ureter, and you can get it to relax, and then that stone will drop down into the bladder. And it's a really relaxing, feel-good therapy. It's not expensive. It's not painful. They don't make a lot of sign surges anymore. I mean, it was something that my grandfather had that luckily we have that piece of equipment in the office, but you can get the smooth musculature to relax. Now, gravel tea is really good. Gravel root tea I've seen really good. There's a couple natural interventions from a supplement called Arginex is really good. Phosphorus is a mineral that helps to dissolve abnormal calcium buildup for bursitis and bone spurs and kidney stones. But you have to know which type of stone it is. So the easiest way is to take a blood test. Now, if you take a blood test and you see on the metabolic panel that your calcium levels should be between 9.4 and 9.8 ideally. If you have elevated calcium levels, and sometimes you can actually see it on an x-ray, you can get some indications of if you need to acidify the body for kidney stones. Now, if you do a uric acid test and the uric acid is above 6.8, which is tissue saturation, you know it's a uric acid kidney stone. And uric acid, if you alkalinize the body and work on your digestive pathways for protein, specifically the purine part of the amino acids, you can help to dissolve the stone. Acupuncture, I've seen pretty good outcomes, and then neural therapy, which is little tiny B vitamin injection therapy over the kidneys, I've seen good relief from that. Lots and lots and lots of water. Now there's more aggressive medical interventions with, lithotripsy and ultrasound, and sometimes they put a basket up there and they'll pull it out, or sometimes if it's too big they'll need surgery, and those are not the cases that we typically see in the office. If it's a really, really big stone, we're not getting relief, then I'll send you to the urologist or to the emergency room so that they can take care of it. But there's a lot of natural things that you can do to dissolve kidney stones. Just make sure you know which one it is. You don't want to be drinking soda with a uric acid kidney stone. It's going to be making it worse. You don't want to be doing alkalinization products if it is a calcium kidney stone. Thanks for checking out our video on kidney stones and why women are tougher than men. There's actually a really important instruction process or report in the comment section of how to determine whether it's uric acid or calcium kidney stones. If you like us, please give us the thumbs up. We'll see you on the next video.